Hey, entrepreneurs, are you looking to skyrocket your sales without paying for ads? Join us on this episode of Profit with a Plan podcast, where we're with social and AI expert Molly Mahoney, the prepared performer. Molly's viral go live and monetize method has organically reached millions, and learn her secrets for creating authentic, engaging content, leveraging AI and chat automation to build deeper connections with your audience. So tune in for actionable tips and real-world strategies that will transform your social media. Now, watch now. Get what you can to elevate your business. Hey, entrepreneurs, are you trying to make bigger profits in your small business? If you're like most of us business owners, increasing your profitability is always on your mind. And you're probably looking for ways to grow your revenue while growing your company. Well, you found a podcast that helps you share ideas that do just that. I'm Marcia, Riner, known as the Profit Booster and a business growth strategist. I've helped tons of small business owners to establish and implement a tangible plan that guarantees increased profitability, guides your growth, and plans for your future exit. Because building a highly profitable and sale-ready business creates a win-win scenario. That's more money now and a windfall when it's time to let go. And I want to share strategies that I've learned with you on today's Profit with a Plan podcast. But before we get started, I have something very special to share with you. If you ever wanted to supercharge your business, avoid profit plateaus, operational headaches, or growth roadblocks, I've created a brand new Profit Booster playbook just for you. You'll uncover 3 essential strategies and the quick way to take action on them. Now, this is not just a single-page report. It's filled with impactful strategies, actionable steps, and expert guidance to help you elevate your profits. Go download my playbook for free at boostingprofit.com. All right, I am so excited. You guys are going to have such a fun time on today's episode. My guest is Molly Mahoney, known as the prepared performer. She is a social selling innovator who specializes in creating authentic video content and leveraging skyrocketing organic social, AI, and chat automation to market to her clients and help them grow their sales. After creating a video that reached 1 million people organically, she developed her signature Go Live and Monetize method, and it combines her social media expertise, talent for scaling one-on-one relationships, and get this, 20 years of performance experience from the stages of New York to Las Vegas. Combining her social media expert and performance experience that has helped her hit a viral of 39 million. Molly has been featured by BeLive, ManyChat, Social Media Marketing World, Traffic and Conversion Summit, Perry Belcher, Rich Seffrin, Steal Our Winners, Inc. Magazine, Forbes, Entrepreneur, and a whole bunch more. She is always talking on stage somewhere. When she's not helping her clients attract a flood of clients, you can find her singing jazz with her bass playing husband or teaching her kids to stand for joy from their home in California. Welcome, my dear friend and mentor, Molly Mahoney. Welcome.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here with you. I've seen so many episodes and I just love what you're doing. And I just think you're talking about things that are so important because so many people just ignore the profit piece, and you shine a light on something we should all be looking at. So thank you.
I'm so excited. Okay, so I have experienced your brilliance in so many different ways, and I really want to share this with the world. So I'm honored that you found some time to squeeze me in and really share about how we can take the ickiness out of sales and really monetize that social media that we all do but get no results from, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I think sometimes, and we all know this, we get sucked into these ideas that take us way away from the actual sale, right? We start creating something that is way bigger than we maybe need, or we start going in a direction that seems like, oh, this is a cool, shiny thing. But like, then we need to come back to how do we actually convert this sucker?
Right? Well,
Yeah.
the thing that you always kill me with is it's like, okay, what are the 2 things that we need to be doing, right?
Get clients and
Get
keep
clients.
clients.
So But I mean, there's so many different ways to go get clients
Yeah.
and so many fantastical ideas. Oh, you need to have a webinar. Oh, you need to do a podcast. Oh, you need to call 1,000 people every day. Oh, you need, but when it all comes down to it, you just want to talk to people, right?
Yeah, it's really all about relationships, whether we're looking at it at a massive scale. Like, I know Tony Robbins and Dean, whatever, they're like doing their giant thing at the moment while we're recording this, depending on when you're listening to it, they're always doing some big giant thing. But like whether you're talking to a bajillion people through a webinar or you're having a really like personal DM conversation with someone, it's all really about relationships. And then it becomes like, how do we actually create assets that can be out there building those relationships on our behalf so that we don't die because we're trying to do so much.
Right. 24/7. That's all
I
we've
know.
got.
Yeah.
Sleep is important.
It's so true.
Okay, so when we're talking about social, and social is a fantastic way to build things because everybody's looking at it, whether they're looking at it at dancing cats or food recipes or workout routines, they're always looking at it. So you have some great solutions on how you can get in people's feeds, right?
Yeah.
Get in front of them and stop their scrolling for a little bit so they can engage.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is really about what I like to say. It's like the confidence to actually show up because it can feel there's the gremlins that take us down before we even think about getting on the platforms. Then there's the content that we're creating that's actually going to to get in the place where it is showing up. From there, we want to be connecting and then we want to convert. So how do we actually make those things happen? And there's so many different options, which is like a wonderful thing and also a terrifying thing. So the first thing we always start with is looking at like, what do you actually enjoy and who are you as a human being? And I know some people may say, well, I hate social media in general. And I'm like, okay, well, great. Then you'd better be getting out and getting to all the networking events, all like there's all kinds of calling people on the phone, right? There's other ways, buying a billboard in Times Square or something, if you think that's going to work. If we're looking for the best way to actually get in the hands of and in front of our people, social media really is the best way to be able to do that in terms of awareness, but also in terms of consideration. Can I tell you a really cool story about something that
Yeah.
just happened this week? So I was on a private client call, and right when we got on, she said, "Oh my gosh, someone just sent me a message because they had." So here's what had happened. This person had seen her speak at an event, had booked a call with her, had then signed up for a 90-day program. It was a $5,000 90-day program, and then ghosted. So had not like didn't actually pay on the call. She said, oh, I need to get can you send me an invoice? I don't have whatever. And my client was like, I was really
My checks in the
hesitant.
mail.
Yeah, exactly. My check's in the mail. And then she wasn't responding to the messages about like, hey, we're looking to get you started. She ghosted. So then because of the system that we have in place for this client, part of the system is to make invites to the Facebook group. So she got an email or something that invited her to the Facebook group. And then my client saw her request to join the Facebook group and sent her a message that said, hey, thanks so much. It's so good to see you. I'm glad that you're here joining our community. And the person wrote back and was like, thanks. Yeah, I've been watching your videos. And then she was like, what do I do now? And I was like, this is amazing. So we like did this together. We said, okay, send her a message saying something like, I never heard back from you. Did you want to get started on that program? Now, what is really wild to me about this story is that the person that she was talking to didn't remember which program she had said she was going to sign up for, which is so typical. And we think like we're the person on the inside being like, oh, they said they wanted to join, but like, we all have so many different offers. We have different opportunities. There's different things going out. And at the moment, we were actually promoting a different program via email. And that person was still getting the information about this different program via email. So this person said, oh, is that the 4-week program that I've been getting emails about? And I was like, see, people are watching. Like they are reading this stuff that, and she said, oh, actually you had, that's an option, but you had signed up for this 90-day program. And then she's like, I don't know if I remember. And then my client said, why don't we hop on a quick call? So they hopped on a quick call. Turned out this person had been watching all of her videos. She had a printed out copy of her free gift, all
Wow.
of these things. But we thought like, oh, she's quote unquote ghosted. People are consuming your content on the other side. I always say when I was standing on stage, it was weird because when I would do musical theater professionally, you would see just like this dark crowd. You couldn't always see their faces. And if people didn't loudly clap or laugh or cheer or like sob, you had no idea. Like you can't hear smiles. You don't know who actually is watching what you're putting out there.
Great story and
And
point.
then,
And you know what? It's like people buy emotionally and don't remember they bought,
oh,
right?
even that is a really good point. Like this person hadn't even actually paid at the time, but people buy things all the time that they forget that they actually bought. I've
Look at
been
the
there where I'm like,
subscription
what do I
rate.
actually have access to? You know?
That's
So
crazy. That's
this person
crazy.
ended up paying $5,000 for the program. Like she ended up signing up for the program. So
That's awesome.
it's like those extra touch points are so important. There's a whole other thing I can talk about with that, but those extra touch points are so, so, so important.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you get in front of those people in the first
Yeah.
place, get all that content so people can start watching it and troll you from their jammies late at night and read the stuff because that's what people hate to be sold, right? And get on that
Yeah.
phone call unless they're already committed and ready to come on, right?
Right. Right.
They want to learn about you and build a relationship with you at a distance where
Yeah.
they feel safe.
It's so
And
true.
what better way is through consistent content?
Totally. Because, and we talk a lot about this, that this content is here to instill the buying beliefs.
Hmm.
Marcia knows, but we call it a tree of beliefs because you're sprinkling these seeds of belief. And that way, when you do make an offer, people are already warmed up to what it is that you're doing. So it limits the objections that come up on a call or in a conversation via Messenger or however you're doing that on a webinar. It gets them ready. Now, Vogue actually did a study recently. I don't know if you saw this, but they did a study amongst, oh my gosh, my 12-year-old and I were talking about this yesterday. I can't remember if it's like millennial, Gen X, whatever, but like
Some
millennial
group.
and the one younger than that. They did a study on those people to see how they buy. And what they recognized is that this normal funnel that we're used to, that's like straight from awareness, the way that Vogue said it, they said awareness, interest, desire, action. We talk about it in terms of awareness, consideration, purchase, and then retention.
Mm-hmm.
That looking at it as a funnel as actually isn't the way to do it anymore. And the way we talk about it, which I'll move into, is like this circle, right? We call it your social selling circle, that you're like in this loop. But what Vogue said about it, which I thought was really cool, they called it an infinity loop. And this all came out after I had been teaching this selling circle thing. So I was like, oh, I'm so glad there's data to back this up now.
Right?
And so they said it's an infinite loop of inspiration, exploration, community, and loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of what we're creating content wise, it's not only like the value, go download this thing, go buy my thing. We really want to be mixing it up so that we're entertaining, so that we're connecting. So we're doing all these different things. And I think for some people that can feel, because it's not as linear, it can feel like, oh my gosh, how do I actually keep up with this?
Overwhelming. Do I need to
Yeah.
post 5 times a day and videos and
Yeah.
dancing dances with whatever or the ice bucket things or all
Yeah.
the crazy stuff that you see on social
I
media. But I
know.
love the way that you bring us together in a way to say people buy from people,
Hmm.
right? And so they're buying from people. So then you've got to act like a person or a human, right? But then you're doing things to knock down their beliefs or their concerns, and you're warming them up in ways. So it is that infinite loop.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
just
gosh,
keeps
it's like your
going,
logo.
right?
Hello.
Right. So that to me, it's like it's bringing them wherever they jump in on their buyer's journey, right?
Yeah.
From like you said, awareness to consideration, right? In bringing them on a journey where they can jump in and they start to that know, like, and trust you in their
Yeah.
own way,
To
right?
a hundred million percent. And like,
Because you're putting pieces together.
And it, for us, it all starts with what we call awareness playgrounds. And so these awareness playgrounds show up in different ways. Like on LinkedIn, it could be that there's certain hashtags or certain people that you follow, and you just give yourself just 20 minutes a day to connect underneath those posts by, leaving your own insightful comments, different things like that. You're creating content and using that, like I'm using LinkedIn as an example because I know you do stuff on LinkedIn, like using the specific hashtags that are trending or your people are using on LinkedIn, going to the LinkedIn articles where they're AI articles that you can then comment underneath those AI articles. Like these are all ways that you can show up in these awareness playgrounds. On other platforms, it's like in Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups are the same. You can get in there, share value, share funny memes, share little moments of like I joined this Facebook group recently called Disney Rope Drop Humor. And do you know what rope drop is?
No.
Okay. I'm Disney obsessed, right? And obviously, like, if you're watching this, maybe we haven't met, but I love Disneyland. And if you get there right at the you get there like a half hour before it opens, you can actually come into the park early on Main Street. And then right at the end, they have a rope and they do a big announcement and they do a rope drop and then everybody runs into the park. So it's a very like niche term, But this rope drop humor group is so funny to me. And it's in my feed all the time now because I'm always commenting and like reacting to things. This has nothing to do with my business, but it proves that when we can bring those tickle points, as I call them, right? Like we talk about pain points a lot, but what are those things that are separate from like, are you struggling? Have you fallen and you can't get up, which is a really good framework. But also like, what are the things that people laugh at? What are the things that people connect over? Those moments, like I like to say, your weird is your superpower. So like, did y'all know that Marcia is an amazing dancer? I don't know if you know this, but she is like a salsa mama. So like stuff like that, or, showing the things that you love that are separate from your business allows you to connect with other human beings.
And I think that's where you can nicely come into their world, right? You're not coming in going, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my
It's
stuff.
not like a vulture like hovering over. You're going to be like the little oh my gosh, I have to use this as an actual metaphor. Like the tiki birds in the tiki lounge at Disneyland, they're just like tiki, tiki, tiki. They're just hanging out, right? So how do you instill more of that type of like build a habit around that more conversational, easier, light type of content, which I know feels like a waste of time sometimes. But if you make a system for it, then it's okay. You just have a system that every Friday you post something funny.
But if you think about it though, my audience is business owners that are growth minded, looking to get to the next level, right?
Yeah.
But if I go in there talking like that, then they're going to go, oh, you're selling me something.
Totally.
If I go in a place that has a lot of business owners and they're talking about salsa dancing, or they're talking about hockey, or they're talking about Disney, or they're foodies at the same time, then I can come in as a friend. And then because everything I do is branded, they start to see that and go, oh, what's that? Right?
Yeah. Then if you have like the way that Marcia does, like a valuable podcast interview or a piece of content, like one valuable piece of content that you're putting out every week, at least, then if you're connecting over here about the Peloton or something, once you start to connect as a human, the other things are going to come through their newsfeed because now you're training the algorithm. Oh, this is who I'm connected with. And so they can go from the Peloton bougie bees club. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, Marcia is not just a Peloton bougie bee. She also like helps people get their profit in alignment, right? We want to work with people. We want to work with people that we enjoy working with.
I like that. That's a very soft way to get in. But like you said, it takes some work, and it's that one that you're like, why am I doing this? Right.
Yeah.
And it's also the one that will suck you in the quickest. So if you don't have that system that's going to say, I'm only spending 20 minutes, ding, there's the alarm, I got to get back to working. You could be there 3 hours later going, oh, cute cat video.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Or like the thing that honestly happens to me the most with this, which I have to really be like, stop it, is the vanity metrics are so addictive. So then you start to look at like, oh, this got 4 likes, but this got 36, but this got whatever. Like, I've got to pay attention, but this got 300. What the heck is wrong? Why am I only getting 4 on this? And I start to pull myself into this like, not an infinity loop. I start to pull myself into this like dungeon, and that doesn't do you any good. Like when I was a musical theater performer, I would get up at 5 a.m. I'd do my vocal warm up. I'd do all my stretching. I'd get my tap shoes, whatever. I'd march myself down to Broadway, Times Square where the Equity Building was. And I'd sit out on the street at 6:30 in the morning for the chance to be let into the building to go sing like 8 bars. Right. And then it's over. And then you have to just wait. If I got myself into a tizzy after every single audition, trying to like have this clenching thing about it working, I never would have booked anything because I would have been a stress case when I walk in the room.
Right.
And so we have to just know like, this is our job. It's part of the thing is that we show up, we put stuff out there, and then have a strategic follow-up plan in place, which is what I'm like so obsessed with, right? That we take that engagement and we actually nurture those people. And then we have some sort of scalable offer like a masterclass or a webinar or a VSL or whatever it is. We're building our email list, we're building our community, we make offers, then things start to compound and build on each other. It's awesome.
This is fantastic, but I think there's one thing that I know you know this, but I'm going to say where you're missing, right?
Okay.
So here's, I think that if you're not visible and you're not putting out content about your business and who you are and the things that you like and all this stuff, when you do get an opportunity to present an offer to somebody, they're going to go out and troll you. They're
and stalk you. Totally.
They're going to look at your Facebook. They're going to see, is this person legit? She just called me up and asked to book appointment, right? You did the old traditional sales thing and booked an appointment. They're going to go, who the heck is this? Who's Marcia Riner, right? They're going to look it up and boom.
And when you Google
all the content that I've posted.
And when you Google this stuff, like you look so legit, especially like the link you do. And LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, those things are actually showing up on top of the SEO search results right now.
Yeah.
Which is not always the case, but like I Googled myself the other day, because like you got to check from time to time. Yeah. My Instagram is the first thing that comes up when you Google me. It's exactly. Instagram, then mollymahoney.com, then my Facebook, and then the prepared performer. Those are the 4 top search results, which is that's like wild.
That's free search results. Nobody's paid to put that ad up there.
Oh my gosh.
So it was really funny. I had a subordinate working with me and I was teaching them and training them. And they were like, how did you get, you type in Marcia Riner, as long as you spell my last name correctly, Riner.
I did it.
Pages or more of me. And they're like, how did you get all that? And I go, over time, consistently putting out good, valuable content.
It's so true. And Marcia, while you were saying that, I Googled you and your LinkedIn is the first. Your Profit with a Plan is the second. Your Instagram is the third. Your Facebook is next. And then Marcia Riner is like the website is actually there, which is a huge thing that people don't realize.
Exactly.
Really good. And props to you because you also, I don't know if you know this, but you also have your knowledge panel. Do you know that?
No, knowledge
that
panel.
means, so when you're on, and this is actually a hard thing, we've been talking about it on some calls lately, that a lot of people don't actually have this, but and I don't know, can I screen share? Is that annoying? Because it's a podcast and maybe we're partly video.
Yeah, well, I don't think the audience will grab it. So.
Okay. So go Google Marcia. And what you'll see is on the right-hand side, there's this thing called a knowledge panel, which because you have your books. It's already books. Thank you. Good point. There you have this little knowledge panel that shows up on the right-hand side and it takes up a huge amount of space, awesome. Which if you don't have it optimized properly, that doesn't show up. So props to you because it's awesome. And it's like a really good thing that shows up as you are the person, because if somebody else was named Marcia Riner and they could like sabotage that, but it's not, you've got it. You locked it in.
Well, you know what? Thank you. I didn't even realize that was there. But this whole idea of having social content does so much more than just cat videos.
Yeah. One other thing that it does that we haven't talked about is that when you are doing like a podcast episode like this, you end up saying things that you wouldn't say if you were just sitting alone on your own. Like even if you're recording a podcast episode by yourself, sometimes it'll happen.
Which
But
are
especially,
my earliest videos, so don't go look at those. They're horrible.
oh my gosh, mine are terrifying. But I did another episode with somebody this morning, and I said, we were talking about how to use AI to really get your voice. And I said, you're going to come up with AI copy that reeks of you. And I've never said that before, but she was like, oh my gosh, like reeks of you. So now we were like, that's something that potentially I'm going to weave into my actual other content that I do, right? When you just said that's free search, I heard like, when you do research, do you do free search?
That's great. That's great.
Like little things come up when you're in conversation that don't happen when you're just sitting in a silo by yourself, cold calling people.
Exactly. Okay, so you hit on a point that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet. You are a amazing, brilliant like person on AI. You have taught me so much stuff. I have literally taken for the amount of I'm dating Chad GPT, by the way. And so Chad has literally taken two VAs off my plate because he helps so much with content, ideas, copywriting, and all this. And I never would have understood how to use AI without you. So talk a little bit about how AI can help this content get out too.
Yeah, man. And you're doing such awesome things with it too. So I just like really, if you guys have not seen what Marcia has done with AI, it is wild and amazing. So talk to her about it.
Coming soon.
It's really cool. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so much, right? So we can use it at each phase of the awareness, consideration, purchase, retention, whether that's coming in a circle or an infinity loop or whatever. It really can be woven into all the different facets. So from the research possibility where we do a lot to really get clear about our ideal client and identifying these buying beliefs. And then like in our content club, it seems like a joke, but with actually like 2 clicks, like copy, paste, click. Okay. So that's 3 clicks. You can write 3 months of content.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
It is cuckoo to me. Like, and I
it used to take all month long and people would stress over it. Therefore, they wouldn't produce content because it was a time block, a time suck, and they didn't know what to write.
I know.
But you saw
and now
that.
it's like amazing. I know. You still have to work through your own like confidence around it because I had a call with somebody who was like, yeah, I've got like 4 months written. It's just sitting in ChatGPT. And I was like, well, that's not going to do you any good.
Right.
So meanwhile, he was like sharing other people's YouTube videos. And I was like, you have your own stuff. So on the ideation side, really great. Also, I am obsessed with using it to take data and then restructure it. So like I'll do a post on Facebook that's like a giveaway. If you drop a question below, we'll pull a winner. Like someone will win a call with me or whatever. I'll grab all of those comments. I know you've seen me do it because I love it. I'll grab all of those comments, put them into ChatGPT, and I say, okay, organize these comments in a table with the headers, name, question, answer in Molly's voice, and category. And it will answer every single question in my voice because I've trained it to write in my voice, and then categorize the topics that people are looking for answers on.
Market research.
Hello. It's wild. It's so cool. Yeah. I mean, the possibilities are like seriously endless.
But it's really just streamlined the entire process. Sure, you got to do a little front end work and creating your identity and teaching, Chad how to who you are, right? But once you do that, it's like a couple of buttons and a question that's like ba-boom, and you have so much that gets you out the gate instead of looking at that white blinking or white page with the blinking cursor going, what do I write today? Or what do I talk about today? You've already reached out, you've connected with your audience, you've done so many cool things that now it can help you populate it. Funny enough, I am the Troika master for a pro advisors group I'm in. So we had 96 people attend an event on Wednesday, and I had to set them up on 3-party dates called Troikas. Okay. So I put the entire list into Chad and I said, can you match these? Now take the ones that requested Troikas from somebody. It was done in 5 minutes. I had one mistake.
That's so awesome.
Right?
You know what I did today? Oh my gosh. Today, so we have in our client programs, I know you know this, but we have a lot of calls throughout the week. And I
Mhm.
was trying to put it into a spreadsheet. So I removed everything else from my calendar because they're all on separate calendars. So it only showed our sales stars calls. I took a screenshot of it. I put it into ChatGPT and I said, put this in a table. From the screenshot of my calendar, it created a table of my schedule.
Brilliant.
It's
It
so
does
cool.
so much. It does so much for us. So
Yeah.
you being the AI queen, first of all, you didn't just start this like everybody else did last year or last month, right?
No, no, no. So we actually started teaching AI in 2021, which is like almost, a year and a half, 2 years before ChatGPT came out, which is amazing. Like I'm so stoked. But it's changed so much since then. I'm just so grateful to have had the like deep integration that we have had over the years. It's really
But
fun.
it makes your life easier on so many
Yeah.
different levels. And that's why it's like that was a side thing. I came to you because I was struggling with my content. My content gal that was helping me out made beautiful canvas stuff that was just so pretty, but it was so salesy. And it was like, I thought I was posting really good stuff. And even my eyelash girl goes, yeah, that's good, And it was awkward, right? And I thought I was doing good, but it was so pretty, but it wasn't reaching my audience.
Yeah.
And things like having links that take you off the platform, and you're saying, oh, go check out my video on Instagram or Facebook, and you're on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's not going to show that to anybody.
No.
So
Yeah.
these were
So
all the great things I've learned from you that have allowed me to get visible to people that they never would have found me before.
it's
And
so
now they are.
cool.
And they're coming to me going, oh, I want to be on your podcast.
Or,
Oh,
oh, show me how to do podcasts, right? Like,
or oh wow, I loved your LinkedIn article. I'm
yeah.
I'm reading it. Wow, great idea, great tips, and it's my value piece that I add. But learning how to manage the systems and the right stuff to put in there, I mean, you're the queen.
Thank you. It's so good to see you do it too. Like I always, and I
I'm
mean,
the test case.
I
What
love the
not to
old,
do.
I love the old Canva videos, and I'm so glad we moved beyond that, or Canva, whatever post, but I'm glad and I love Canva, but like there's so much more juiciness when it's actually you showing up, right?
Yeah.
And I always say that it's not what you do in the video, it's what you do around the video that really matters. And so, this, but like asking an open-ended question with just text can work so much better for upping the algorithmic, juice in your favor. And then you talk to those people and then they end up seeing your content more frequently because you're telling the algorithm who to show your content to.
Exactly.
It's cool.
Exactly.
I
And
love it.
that's your famous Brussels sprouts question, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the question to ask if you're looking like, okay, Molly, this seems great, because we didn't really give you like an actual step-by-step system for this today, but I'll tell you one of the things that will instantly unlock all social media, especially on your Facebook personal profile, is to write these 5 words: Brussels sprouts, yes or no. On just watch the magic ensue. People either
Yeah.
love them or hate them. They are so polarizing. It is awesome.
And you don't have to use Brussels sprouts. You can ask, do you like, oh, you can have even the craziness of who's the hot dog champ? They got kicked out for liking vegan hot dogs.
Wait,
Joey
what?
Chestney or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. So he got barred from doing the Fourth of July hot dog championship, the hot dog eating thing, because he got sponsored by what was it? The pretend meat.
Incredible.
Invisible, not invisible.
It's something invisible, incredible, impossible.
Impossible meat. Yeah. So he got barred from doing that. But it's like, you could do so many things polarizing
Yeah.
on Facebook to get people, and with the right tags, you can grab people in that never would have found you.
And then you may think, like, what does it have to do with my business? Well, at that point, it doesn't actually matter because you're just connecting with humans, and then the right people are going to filter through. So we
Get
had
the
this video
machine.
hit a reach of 39 million. It had nothing to do with business. Facebook paid us $30,000 for it, which I still think is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. It is so wild.
But what was
And
the video about?
so at the time, Facebook was paying people to do reels because they wanted them to come off of TikTok. They were really prioritizing super weird clickbaity videos. So I went through my phone and I was like, what is the weirdest video that I have? The video was a 13-second video of a bath bomb with bugs in it.
Yuck. But there were bugs swimming in the bathtub now.
So it was just the water. And I was whispering, I was like, oh my gosh, I was just about to get in the bath with an awesome bath bomb. And I was like, oh, is this lavender? No, they're flipping termites. That's what I said on the video, which I just took because it was crazy. I didn't take it with the intention of posting it. Like it was just in the moment. And then afterwards, because of everything that was happening with Reels, I wrote on top of it, I got in the bath and saw this, and then like the wow face emoji. And the sound that I put on top of it was that trending sound at the time, that, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. And then I think I said, like, I may never take a bath again, but I was using very whispering like language, like ASMR, whatever. Now, that video was not attracting my ideal clients, but it gave crazy visibility. From the 39 million, we gained about 5,000 followers, which is a giant drop off. But I'm so glad that out of the 39 million, there were actually 5,000 people who looked at my stuff and they were like, oh, I actually do like what she's doing. Weird. But
so it could be anything from Brussels sprouts to bath bomb bugs. You can get people to follow you. And then when they follow you, they see all the greatness that you also post and do, which is your business stuff.
Because you're mixing it up. So, and then here's another thing also, I will say that, if you are going to events and you're meeting people in real life, or you have clients and things like that, when you post little bits of human stuff, it re-engages the people that you're already connected to. So we had a client who wrote a Broadway type musical in 2020 with lots of really well-known people in the industry in this musical. And he did one of these type posts. We suggest you do a post that's kind of like this at least once a week. And he did a post like this, and this big Broadway producer commented on the post, and he hadn't talked to that Broadway producer in years. And so he was like, man, I have been trying to get my stuff in front of this guy for years. And now I ask about Brussels sprouts and he comments, what the heck? I don't care how you get reconnected with these people. Let's reconnect, and then we can build the belief around the stuff that you're doing in your business.
Fantastic. Molly, we could talk for days. I mean, literally days.
Literally.
Because first of all, you're so fun to be around. And what is your line? If you're having fun?
The more fun you have, the more money you make.
See, I love that line. I love that line. But you are so fun to be around. You've got such fantastic ideas. You're a huge giver at heart. You can always find Molly educating you at least once a week on videos and doing a lot of great content. So where can listeners find out more about you and the Prepared for Performer and all the great things you're doing?
Yes. Okay. Well, we are actually launching a brand new podcast. It's called Authentically Awesome, TM, trademark and process. So Authentically Awesome, the Authentically Awesome podcast. And if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, Molly Mahoney is where I hang out. If you're on Instagram, The Prepared Performer is where we hang out there. And if you are like, oh man, I wish I had a full, complete system for how to actually do all the craziness they talked about today, I would love, Marcia, if it's okay, I would love to gift your community a free 2-week trial of our content club so you can get in, play with all the goodness. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Tell me more about the content club though. What is it?
Okay. So the content club is our membership where we get together once a month to dive deep and actually write a month of content together using AI. So we meet once a month to do that. In addition to that, on another session once a month, I recap all of the latest updates from AI and social media. So we have those 2 training videos, and then we're always adding in extra bonuses. So you've got loads of AI-ified magic, like how to create a funnel with AI, how to write a sales page with AI, how to make an AI avatar that can speak for you. So we have a whole podcast we made with AI, all this stuff using AI without losing who you are as a human being. And it is awesome.
Perfect. And listeners, when you get in, it's incredibly reasonable. She's not charging enough for this program. So if you get in, try the 2 weeks, join us. It is so much fun. Your mind is just going to be blown, and it's going to make your life so much easier to be able to put out the content that you absolutely need to have in your business to grow your business. So please
And
take
the way to go to get that, I made a special link just for you.
Oh,
So
yeah, I was just gonna say, how do we get it?
how do we get it? You're going to go to Molly, Molly, molly.live/profit.
Profit. I love that name.
Molly.live/profit. It'll give you a free 2-week trial. It's pretty good.
Oh, thank you. You're so generous. And listeners, you got to get in there because it's just so good. All right. Wow. I hope you found a couple ideas, listeners, that you can put into your business that will help you be more profitable. And I know that content is that almost that, I want to say a 4-letter word or icky word that people know they have to do. They try and hire somebody, that person does it, but they're not them. So it comes out like Canva reels and the wrong stuff, and it's not ever working. So if you want your content to work for you, then you got to try it out because she's brilliant. Brilliant at it. All right.
Amazing.
Right. Okay, so as I mentioned, if you want to supercharge your business and grow it, right, go download my new Profit Booster Playbook, packed with 3 profit boosting strategies and the actionable steps that you can take to make this your most profitable year ever. Go grab it for free at boostingprofit.com. And Molly and I would love to hear your feedback and questions. While you're at it, put in the comments in the chat, what is your Brussels sprouts? Is it Brussels sprouts? Is it mountain or beach? What is
pineapple on pizza? Is it
what's your craziness?
Yes or no?
Put it in the comments and we'll help you share it out and get it out to the world, so that way you can start getting the engagement that you want in your business. And while you're at it, please subscribe. You don't want to miss next week's show. You can always catch Profit with a Plan on any of your favorite podcast players. Comes out every Tuesday. And we're looking forward to more great profitable plans and information on next week's show. So until then, make your plans and profit with them. Thank you so much, Molly. I love you. You're the best.
I love you too.